and welcome back to Milk It Reviews. It's been a little while, right? Unfortunately I've been a bit tied up, had a holiday, all the other bits and pieces. 4-banger bag, right? Been waiting a while for this to come out. I noticed it in the 511 range a while back and it kept saying coming soon, and I looked at it and hummed and hawed and thought, well, it won't do what I want it to do. And right, I got it when they arrived in the UK and very, very impressed. There's more thought gone into this bag than you would ever give it credit for, right? Whoever it was that designed this, right, has certainly been around the block once or twice, right, when it comes down to looking for the finer points. Right, enough of me waffling about it. Right, first of all, it's available in a range of colours. I've gone for my usual standard black, which fits in for pretty much everything that I do. It's made out of 1050 denier tear-resistant nylon composite fabric. I don't know exactly the technical ins and outs of this, but what I do know is it's incredibly lightweight. Right, feels a bit thin, but it's not. It's got a lot of residual strength in this material, so might be something that's a little bit new. But let's have enough of that, and let's go on for the finer points of it. Right, let's just take a good look at the outside of it first. Right, you've got the actual bag itself, 15 inches, right, by 7, by when it's expanded, right, 5.3 inches, right, deep. Right, originally designed for sort of a grab bag, right, and as we go through you'll see and understand exactly where this comes into its own. Right, the great thing about this is I'm left-handed, and like everything, and I think this is one of my initial attractions to 511 in the first place, they think of the left-handed person because this bag is completely ambidextrous, right, and we go into how you move things around, right, and it's ever so easy, takes little time, right, once you're set up it's very, very solid platform, right, for you to go about doing your daily business. Right, YKK zippers throughout as we'd expect, and we've grown to love of 511. There's no expense spared on this. You've got these, couldn't remember, paracord and gripper zip pulls on here, right, they're all pretty substantial. Right, I think they're all genuine Duraflex, which is a big plus because that's not going to crack up and break up on you, especially with cold weather. The bag itself has got a weatherproof coating. Sorry, I've had this out in one good downpour, right, and what I will say is the zippers are not waterproof, right. The fabric is, they say, weatherproof, but I didn't have any issues at all, right, so you know, just bear that in mind. Pockets, right, we'll start at the front and work our way through. On this one you've got roughly a 3-inch by 3-inch webbing platform there, Velcro platform there, right, for attachment of patches, and it's got the 511 Target logo there. Right, fold this out, you've got a back pocket there with a mesh cover, right, and then with the flap over you've got, obviously got the pocket in the front of it. Right, they're a nice size, right, you've got the same over this side. Right, the only difference is on this side you've got a key keeper there. Right, on the ends we've got 3 rows of double molly, that's on both ends there. Right, you get a waist stabilisation strap with this you can put around your waist. I don't use it, right, so I haven't got it attached to the bag. Working on our way through, right, we'll unzip the main compartment, which is one big compartment here. Right, inside here we've got some elastic retention loops there, right, I suppose you could carry pistol magazines, flashlights, whatever behind that, and the whole back panel here is loop side Velcro, so it's compatible with the backup belt system. Okay, so if you're not familiar with that, it's a series of pouches with the hook side Velcro loop on the back, which you can attach to numerous, in fact pretty much every 511 product, right, has got the loop side Velcro panels in them somewhere where you can attach these pouches to with the Velcro. Right, a nice big pocket there. I'll get my camera, tablet, right, other bits and pieces that you want in there. Right, now over the back here, 4-banger. right, I think this is where it gets the name from, I'm not absolutely sure. Sorry. Right, this will carry 4 AR-15 30-shot magazines, right, and we've got pockets on the back here, right, where they just slide down inside. Now, if you don't like the traditional flap cover, you get a pack of elastics and pulls and so forth, right, with the bag, right, so that you can adapt them to the elastic retention system. So that's just really depends on personal preference, right? But the thing is with this, if you're not going to use this for magazine carry, right, there's other things you can get in the back here. I mean, this rear pocket can be one complete unit. Right, now, one thing I have noticed, right, in this bag there's a strap. I don't know if you can see it inside there. There's a strap across the middle here. Right, when it comes, that's just flapping. Right, what you do is you poke it through a slit in the back, take it around and just velcro it on. Right, that stops this gaping wide open. Right, now it all obviously depends on how you want to set this up and what you want to do with it as to whether you would actually utilise that strap system there. And in case you're wondering what it's for and how it works, that is it. On the back we've got one large mesh panel here. Right, again, right, easy, quick to grab things that you may need. Right, these buckles here are for the waist strap retention system that I mentioned earlier, the one that I don't use. Right, we've got some loops here. Right, that's to go with the strap. Now, this is the really ingenious bit about this. Now, I've never seen this method of attachment of a strap ever. Right, now I've got some bags, I've got some tactical kit, I use a lot of it, and I've never come across this, so this I think is a first timer. Right, you have strap retention points at the top here and also on either end. Right, now these two are vertical and these are horizontal. Now if you want, I've got this set up for left hand carry. If I wanted to change it to right hand carry, these are the retention clips. Right, and all you do is you just squeeze them. I'll show you it's a bit closer. Right, so if you can just bear with me. Right, right, now these are the retention clips. Right, and they're very simple. Right, you pass, obviously this bit's through the strap. Right, but this, you pass through those loops. Once you got it through the loop, you simply clip it up. And that is really tough. That is so strong, that is unreal. To release them, don't do what I've done and fiddle with it for hours. Right, you just simply squeeze the two sides together. And it pops off. Okay? It's really that simple. So you've got lots of versatility with this. If you want to set this bag up for right hand carry, you just literally unclip this and swap the strap round. Simple as that. You can have it attached on the back if you want it to pull round to the back of you, and the same goes for the other side. So lots and lots and lots of versatility with this. Right, I love that to death. I'd like to think that we're going to see that on future 511 products, because I can see this being a winner. It's incredibly tough. Excuse me. Moving on to the strap, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2 molly loops on here. Right, now these are laser cut. When you first feel this, it doesn't feel particularly strong, but it is. I've had various pouches hanging off of that, radio page and so forth, and it's absolutely fine. Right, it's also loop side Velcro, so if you want to put patches on there, you can. We've got the usual shoulder strap, right, which works very well, especially with these anti-slip patches on here. They're fantastic. Right, it's adjustable, right, and movable. Plenty of strap length there, so if you want it across your chest, right, for your carry option, right, there's plenty of strap there, especially if you've got a big, thick, heavy coat on. There's not a huge amount more that I think I can say about this, other than look at it very closely when you're making so maybe you want it for its original intended purpose, right, as a a grab bag, because it really has been very carefully designed along that line. If you're using it as an EDC bag, it's great. Right, if you don't want a bag that's miles too big, right, it's perfectly adequate. I mean, I've taken to this quite a bit. I've carried it a lot since I've had it. I can't say that there was really any issues at all with not having any available space, or enough available space, right, for extra items I might buy or pick up along the way during the daytime. Most important of all, right, if you do have any questions in relation to this, please don't hesitate to drop me a line. Right, I've had a couple of interesting messages recently, you know, sorry to have troubled you, right? Don't worry about it, right? If there's anything you want to know, drop me a line. If I don't know the answer, I'll sure as hell try and find someone that does for you. Right, it's important that you're happy and you understand exactly what you're buying into when you buy any product, right? It's and that's why I do these reviews. I use this stuff a lot, right? In fact, I've virtually used 511 equipment every single day, even on my days off. Right, so you know, there's a lot of practical hands-on experience at my end with this. So please don't be afraid to drop me a line and ask. Right, if you're new to Meal Kit Reviews, please subscribe. Right, there's other reviews that I'm going to publish in the next day or two. Right, you'll get email alerts as to when they've been published, and also for the ones in the future, plenty more to come. Very pleased to see that 511 in the last few months have released some really top-notch products. Right, the things that they seem to be sort of psychic. I seem to think of things, right, and all of a sudden they seem to sort of like appear in their range, right, and it's good and very well thought out. Well, thanks for watching. Any questions or queries, please drop me a line. Bye bye.